Well, I wanted to test the filament run action, so I snipped it, and behold and lo, there it is. So what it did was it came up and said, hey, you got a lack of filament, and it pulled away, which is really cool. And now I'm gonna give it a try and see what happens as I go through this. So I'm gonna grab that. And now that I've cleaned that up, there's some ooze coming out. I'm gonna hit OK. And what's it got? Continue, stop. Now it's not dropping the temperature, which, I mean, that's nice. You don't have to worry about your print popping off, but just be aware that if you run out of filament and it this message on, it's not gonna cool down. So, you know, I don't know how I feel about that. I guess I have mixed emotions. But what you can do is, I guess I can pull this in some. It seems really frozen up. I can't move this because the extruder is locked. So I'm not able to purge this, but it is hot. So what I'm gonna try doing is I'm gonna try to, oh gosh. Okay, so I had to bend it out. Luckily it didn't break on me. So now I'm gonna try and pull this open and pull it out. So you guys can watch me from over here maybe, I don't know.
What are you doing, Daddy?
I am making a video for the internet. What are you doing?
I'm playing with the tray.
I have what feels like a clog.
Clog.
And
Okay.
there it is, there's my clog.
Okay.
So it clogged up in there. So that's fun. So to get it out, I'll trim it. Well, here, let me show you guys first. So
Okay.
I had to pop it out of this sensor, pull it back, holding this down because I can't turn the wheel to purge it. And I got a clog in there from the time that I canceled it. I'll just snip that. And then I'll pull this out the remainder of the way. So there's that. That's the filament cleared. I'll stick it over there and use it to do something, I guess. Now, we'll just push it through the sensor. Put it in here. Now, this is going to be the interesting part. I wonder, as I load this in, if I'm going to be able to get it to go in. Usually, when I'm loading filament, I've discovered that I'm not really able to get it to go past that gear very easily. Oh, I've got it. So I'll put the tube back on over it, push that back in, and feed it in. It really is a darn shame. Kale, stop. Don't do that, bud. It really is a darn shame that this wheel will not move for me because the extruder is obviously locked into position. But it did brace itself. So that's interesting. One interesting thing, I'm using Nexitech's, I'm using his profile. Sorry, I don't have a fancy camera, so I'm just shoving this in there and seeing if it's running in. But I'm using his profile, and it was printing everything fine, but then it randomly started printing where there's that gap in the middle of my print, and I was like, well, what's it doing? Okay, so as you guys can see on camera, I just got the filament back in. And now I will hit continue. Goes right back down. Acts like nothing ever happened. Okay. And let's see, can I tell? Yep, already back to normal. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know if this is Nexitech's intended issue with his slicing settings, his profile, or if it's just my Cura version or what. What was it printed all of these, I'm doing some supports for these legs and whatnot, and it printed all of these different guys except for right there in the middle. And randomly, at the current level that it's at, it just started doing it. And so I've got these. Now luckily I'm working right now, and so I can just sit here and be working, and if I turn around and see a bunch of it, I can just pull it out of there before it ruins the print, hopefully. But kind of weird that it did that. Aside from that though, there's that going really well. Handles everything great. It can spin that huge spool of filament, melts it just fine. You can go in and adjust the temperature very easily. I actually was printing that first layer and I watched it, and I was able to go in and adjust one setting. It was right there that I wanted to make it a little bit higher or closer to the nozzle. So anyway, just chilling out, working and letting that thing do its thing, and I might fire up the Annette here in a minute after I have a break to do some more. We'll see what happens.